Hi, good afternoon, everyone. The idea here is we have created something. I just want to show you what we have created, how we have created. And the idea is if all of you guys with so many years of experience actually get together, it could be truly transformative. This is how we introduce ourselves. Autonomous HR, autonomous AI HRs. I wanted to share one statistic. So the journey of statistics starts just right on the presentation. There's a metric called HR coverage. It's number of human resources folks needed to manage 100 employees in any organization, right? There's a benchmark for this globally. In India, there are various institutes who do this. Now we have bought and implemented over the course of last decades, billions of dollars worth of automation systems. ATSs, HRMSs, OKR systems, etc., etc. Logically, you would think that in 10 years, your coverage should have become better, which is the same number of HR folks should have covered a larger number of employees. Guess which direction it went? It worsened, right? So what used to be one HR for 100 employees, this is again quoting some metrics, has now become 2 HR per 100 employees. When I go to meet CHROs and a lot of HR leaders, the biggest complaint in general is people are not adopting technology. Now, when I go and meet recruiters and HR BPs and L&D professionals, they all tell me that nothing can replace engagement, which happens via conversation, right? So you build chatbots, we build NLP chatbots, we build application forms, we build all of these things, right? Yet we have to call people. We have to call people for recruitment. We have to call people for onboarding. You have to call people for chasing for documents. You have to call people to understand what's happening inside a factory. You have to call. That calling as a function has never been replaced, and hence, whatever automation has been built has not driven the kind of efficiency it should drive, right? So I want to show you what the future of HR should look like and where we are at in terms of this future today.
What if human resource management didn't need constant human follow-ups? What if speed, quality, and predictability came built in? Introducing a truly autonomous HR automation system powered by conversational AI HRs. Built to operate with near-zero human touch, high speed, consistent quality, predictable outcomes, and unmatched convenience at scale. Let's look at how this works in the real world. Neha, the AI HR, reaches out to an existing employee to collect a referral entirely on a natural phone call.
Hello, am I speaking to Priyanka? Hello Priyanka जी, मैं नेहा बात कर रही हूँ आपकी कंपनी ट्रांजिक्स से। हम बैंगलोर में कुछ स्टोर सेल्स एग्जीक्यूटिव्स की हायरिंग कर रहे हैं, कोरमंगला और HSR लेआउट में। इस रोल की सैलरी करीब 15,000 पर मंथ होगी। अगर आप किसी को रिफ़र करेंगी तो उनके सिलेक्शन पर आपके 9,000 का रिफरल बोनस मिलेगा। क्या आपके कोई जानने वाले इस रोल के लिए सही होंगे?
हाँ मैडम, मेरा भाई जॉब ढूंढ रहा है।
बहुत अच्छी बात है। क्या आप उनका नाम और नंबर शेयर कर सकते हैं?
हाँ जी, राजू कुमार 9830270098।
ऑलराइट, मैंने ये नंबर नोट कर लिया है। मैं राजू जी से बात कर लूंगी। थैंक यू फॉर योर टाइम।
Neha then reaches out to the referred candidate and checks their interest, intent, and basic qualifications.
हेलो राजू जी, मैं नेहा बोल रही हूँ ट्रांजिक्स से। आपकी बहन प्रियंका ने मुझे आपका नंबर दिया है फॉर अ जॉब ओपनिंग। ये जॉब बैंगलोर में है और आपको मंथली कुछ 15,000 मिलेंगे। क्या आप और जानना चाहेंगे?
हाँ मैम, कहाँ पे है जॉब?
राजू जी, ये जॉब HSR लेआउट या कोरमंगला में होगी और आपको हफ्ते में 6 दिन स्टोर से काम करना होगा। सालाना 30 दिन की छुट्टी मिलेगी। इसके साथ आपको परफॉर्मेंस के बेसिस पे इंसेंटिव्स भी मिलेंगे। क्या आप इंटरेस्टेड हैं?
जी मैम, मैं इंटरेस्टेड हूँ।
बढ़िया। मैं आपका क्वालिफिकेशन करने के लिए कुछ सवाल पूछना चाहती हूँ। क्या आपके पास अभी टाइम है?
हाँ मैडम।
आपने कहाँ तक पढ़ाई करी है?
मैं 12th पास हूँ मैडम।
Neha captures every response with precision. All candidate details, signals, and outcomes are updated automatically in your CRM. Once the candidate clears the initial screening, Neha seamlessly moves them into the assessment stage.
हेलो राजू जी, कंग्रेचुलेशंस, आप इस रोल के लिए एलिजिबल हैं। पर इससे पहले कि हम आगे बढ़ें और आपका इंटरव्यू सेट करें, मैं आपसे कुछ बेसिक असेसमेंट क्वेश्चंस पूछना चाहती हूँ। कल को अगर स्टोर में कोई कस्टमर आपसे बदतमीजी से बात करे तो आप इस सिचुएशन को कैसे संभालेंगे?
मैं इस सिचुएशन में थोड़ा आराम से बात करूंगा, कस्टमर की बात पूरी सुनूंगा और कोशिश करूंगा कि आराम से और पेशेंस के साथ उनकी क्वेरी का जवाब दूंगा।
The AI HR evaluates responses in real time against role specific competencies defined for that job. Scores and detailed reports are generated automatically without any manual intervention. Based on assessment performance, Neha moves the candidate forward to interview scheduling stage.
हेलो राजू जी, कंग्रेचुलेशंस, आपको सेल्स एग्जीक्यूटिव रोल के लिए शॉर्टलिस्ट कर लिया गया है और आपको हम इंटरव्यू पे बुलाना चाहते हैं। क्या आप 13 तारीख को, जो कि फ्राइडे है, 2 बजे के आसपास फ्री होंगे?
मैडम, मैं फ्राइडे नहीं सैटरडे को फ्री हूँ।
कोई बात नहीं राजू जी, हम आपका इंटरव्यू सैटरडे 14 तारीख को 2 बजे शेड्यूल कर सकते हैं। क्या ये टाइमिंग सही रहेगी?
जी मैम, थैंक यू।
Everything happens automatically with confirmed date and time recorded in the system. Onboarding starts the moment a candidate is selected. Neha takes over end to end, from sharing onboarding forms to collecting and verifying documents, all through familiar channels like WhatsApp. Once onboarding is complete, the offer letter is sent. The candidate reviews, accepts, and signs it securely via OTP. Every step is completed seamlessly and instantly reflected in the system. Hiring doesn't stop at offer acceptance. Until the date of joining, Neha stays in touch with the candidate, sharing updates, answering questions, and maintaining engagement. Even after the candidate has joined and has now become an employee, Neha checks up on them and finds intangible signals to make sure the pulse is right.
हेलो राजू जी, मैं नेहा बोल रही हूँ ट्रांजिक से। आपको ज्वाइन किए थोड़े दिन हो गए हैं, सोचा चेक कर लूँ कि सब ठीक चल रहा है या नहीं।
हाँ मैम, थैंक यू, सब ठीक है।
अच्छा लग रहा है सुन के। आपको स्टोर पे काम समझ आ रहा है? क्या आप अपनी टीम और मैनेजर के साथ कंफर्टेबल हैं?
हाँ मैम, टीम अच्छी है, मैनेजर भी काफ़ी सपोर्टिव हैं। काम थोड़ा नया है पर धीरे धीरे सीख रहा हूँ।
Engagement stays strong. Pulse remains positive. Attrition risk stays low. From hiring to onboarding to engagement to retention.
Okay, so I lied. This is not the future. It's happening here in India. This is not US. This is not Europe. This is happening here in India. Organizations are implementing it at lightning speed. If individuals in HR are not thinking about it, forget about implementation, you've lost. If you've not even started preparing yourself, learning, and I'll teach you a couple of things which I think everybody, not just HR, everybody should learn in the next 5 years should be to write prompt. If you're not familiar with the tools available out there, I think it's very serious. We might not be feeling it, but this storm has come so fast, and you'll see that in 6 months, somebody else would have implemented this, and the bigger risk is that we are not even thinking about it, right? And that's what I'm here to nudge you guys to just start thinking about it. We ran a recruitment agency, right? We are a team of PhDs and engineers. We sat, we called salespeople, we called delivery executives for Swiggy. We onboarded insurance advisors for Aditya Birla Capital. And that's how we learned how India speaks differently in Tamil Nadu and how they speak differently in Rajasthan and how they speak differently in Uttar Pradesh. You know all of this. You know all of this on how down south an opportunity inside an organization is perceived. You know how retention needs to be done. You know all of this, right? This intelligence is sitting inside your brains. The only difference is we ended up acquiring it in last 3 years, building systems around it, and implementing it in real world. I want to focus on the aspect of human resources today, where human agency is the most important part which AI cannot replace, and the transactional part which is getting replaced very, very fast. Towards the end of this session, I'm going to handpick some of you guys and make you experience talking to this agent. We have created an onboarding induction agent for Varun Beverages. The agent will talk to you, run your induction program, pause training, etc., etc., etc. And you guys can see this is what your team, your individual IC contributors in human resources team might be doing today. Why prompting? Again, it sounds very complex. We're going to show you how to create a prompt. This is the most important skill. If a guy who's graduating from an HR MBA college today can do it, you have to do it, right? And I'm going to show you the critical components of prompts, and then we'll make you talk to the agents on a live basis. Yeah. This is how We look at HR today, hiring, onboarding, and retention. And within these, there are multiple sub-steps: sourcing, screening, assessment, scheduling, interview management, onboarding, collection, verification, offer, pre-joining induction, training, employee surveys, employee activation, and exit interviews, right? I might have missed out on certain aspects. We will pick up each function and we will bifurcate it into human agency and transactional work, yeah? When I arrived here, she said, we have, sorry, I'm putting you on the spot. We have these amazing tools from Naukri, Boolean search, right? And then we have Oracle, which also has this Boolean search, right? Any of you who work with Rita and her team for recruitment, can you tell me why you don't use those CVs which come out? Like, why don't you trust, do you trust the CV stacking which the ATSs are giving to you or Naukri is giving to you? So you don't believe in the ranking which an ATS is giving, you want to open the CV and call. So she's not using your ATS because it doesn't work. But are you also finding the problem where candidates are now creating CVs using AI to match the JDs? Are you guys, any of you guys finding that? Right? So it's simple. You put a JD, you put your CV and ask GPT, create this. I mean, you go on Gemini, you upload the JD, you upload your CV and say, customize this CV and say it should pass through SuccessFactors, Oracle, blah, 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 all the list of ATSs, and it will pass through that. What does it mean? All of this HR tech we've implemented is useless because it's going to look at your CV, it's going to look at some clusters, some keywords and match it to JD. Guess what? The guy is super smart. He's seeing right through it. What ends up happening is you're going to call more people now than what you were calling 3 years back, right? Because one, you were anyways not trusting it because it was stupid. And second, now the candidates have become really smart to pass through it, right? A is the ATS as an ecosystem, which means that your recruiters are now going to call 3x, 4x more number of people, right? Not lesser, more. Calling is transactional work, right? You have to do 100 calls a day. You gotta get 3 to 4 CVs every single day. If you're able to do that, your targets are met. That is execution work that's completely replaced today with conversational AI calls. You would think that candidates don't want to talk to AI. You are in for a big surprise. They're talking 3 to 4 times more to AI agents than they are talking to human recruiters. There is no bias. The agents do not, if you want to introduce, that's fine, but there is no bias. A guy who's from Bihar being evaluated by somebody in UP, there is a bias built in. You can say whatever you want as a human bias built in. This agent doesn't have a bias. He also doesn't get tired. He can call 10,000 people in a day and still doesn't get fatigued. He or she will talk with the emotions, the way he or she chatted in the first call and in the 10,000th call. Can your recruiters do that? No. So, no operational chasing. As I gave an example to her, can you go to the hiring manager with this insight and cut down that 2 months of painful cycle and time to get to the results faster? Same is the case with onboarding, right? Okay, so when I meet HR ops, HR BPs, it seems that putting an information inside an HRMS and create an employee ID seems to be the core work. I mean, if you can get KYC'd inside a bank in 5 seconds, 5 seconds. If your loan, complex trade finance loan is getting financed in less than 24 hours, extremely complex, that you're filing reports and all of that, are you telling me that you're going to take 7 days to onboard an employee just to see like the 10th mark sheet, the 12th mark sheet and, like do some calculation, 70% marks here and there? No, you can't take 7 days to onboard an employee. If a bank is able to pass on a loan request with so many documents, your return documents, your filings, etc., and give you a loan approved in less than 24 hours, you can absolutely onboard a candidate, an employee, in less than 24 hours. Feeding information inside an HRMS cannot be the job. Unfortunately, that has become the job, right? And sorry, I'm brutal, but that's wherever I go, it's HRMS में ID बना के document upload करना है, and then आधार की copy करनी है, ये copy करनी है, and then उसमें zero की जगह अगर O आ गया तो गया, और Gmail में आई गायब हो गया तो offer letter नहीं गया. These things cannot happen. This 2026 cannot happen. That is all done by these agents. The agent will call the candidate. The agent will ask him to upload the document. If the document is wrong, the agent will say, आपका आधार गलत है, आपने PAN upload कर दिया है, right? ये आधार आपका नहीं है, PAN आपका है. सही आधार अपलोड करो, आपने ऑफर लेटर साइन नहीं किया है, ऑफर लेटर साइन करिए, आपके व्हाट्सएप के ऊपर पड़ा हुआ है, राइट? यू डोंट नीड टू कॉल पीपल फॉर दिस इज एक्सट्रीम अमाउंट ऑफ ट्रांजैक्शनल वर्क. What you should be doing though, right, which I think all of you know how to do it, is just, when I say all of you, I'm representing in general the HR community. I don't know, like we talk about onboarding people, we talk about step-by-step process. So you onboard people, you create these fancy PPTs and documents, you might be going to your design teams. Guys, you don't need to. Canva has an AI agent. You script it with your hand. Write it with your hand. Put it over there. Create a beautiful presentation. And better yet, if you have an enterprise, whoever your VP or CIO or CDO is, if they can buy an enterprise version, this is going to be super powerful. You don't need design or marketing team to create these documents. They're going to get created on the spot, right? So use Synthesia. You are telling your team about what the process should be. Just use this tool called Scribe. Just keep it open. Just keep it open. It will record, it will translate, it will create documents, it will create workflows on the spot. Like you don't need to delegate it. Some agent is gonna sit next to you inside your laptop, record whatever you are saying, if your InfoSec allows, and translates that into documents in whatever way you want. And if you don't like it, put it inside Canva and say, I want blue color, green color, whatever. It's fast, right? How should you engage with people is what you should decide. What should be my induction component content is what you should decide. What should be my SOP is what you should decide. What should be my process is what you should decide. What documents to collect from candidate, what you should decide. But once that's decided, following up with people to collect documents, verifying them, onboarding them is not what you should be doing or your team should be doing. I'm sorry if that's happening. Just look at India's BFSI sector. If you can do UPI, you can't take so much time to onboard an employee. That's onboarding. And just pick up a process. Wherever you're calling people, all of that work gets done. Wherever you are just reading documents, all of that work gets done. And I'm not saying this is from a future perspective. It's happening. I'm going to give a small statistics, right? You guys know that 70 cluster HRs who were doing hiring and onboarding for 550 stores across the country. Guess how many people are doing that today? There are 3 HRs, one in Mumbai, one in Bangalore, one in Delhi, and an agent called which can speak in all the languages, which screens people, assesses people. No longer the guard is taking the CV at a store, looking at how the guy is looking, whatever, and then getting the CV to the store manager, and then store manager is going through 100 CVs and like, आज तो 8 hire करनी है, कुछ भी हो जाए, जो भी मिलेगा वो hire करूंगा मैं. No, you should not do that, right? 3 HRs are doing onboarding and hiring for 550 stores, which is approximately 500 to 600 people every single month. This whole documentation, verification, calling people, scheduling, Bangalore में store पे यहाँ पर आना है, all that work, Roma from does it. Yes, it's happening. It's live. It's already in production. And I think those 3 people can also do a lot more work because all they do is just mark person as selected on the platform and then everything else the agent does. We met who's the CHRO of, and she gave me a problem statement saying that अगर मुझे पहले मालूम चल जाए कि कौन सी ब्रांच में स्ट्रेस है तो I can be proactive because today my HR is very reactive. I'm like, what does it mean? Resign करने के बाद मालूम चलता है कि अभी issue क्या है, okay? And now the issue is different in Tamil Nadu and the issue is different in Rajasthan. And in some cases, it's the market perception of the product. And in some cases, it's the manager harassment. And in some cases, the sales target. Multiple reasons. You get to know this 3 to 4 months later, after this has happened. Can I know this proactively? Can I know this today? On which parts of the country is under stress? I'm like, who's doing this job today? It's like we have a sales HR team which does it. What do? They call people. They call random people and then they have a team of business analysts or HR business analysts who will call and who will mark these updates inside the Excel sheet. What do you do then? Then we take 30 to 45 days to collate all the responses and then it's presented to me that, you know what? Rajasthan की branch में बड़ी problem हो रही है, वहाँ पर there is some issue. Okay, By the time you go to the branch manager is gone and the guy is long gone. He's gone. Then what do? You do exit interviews. You're going to call the person and he's gone. And are you expecting him to give you the honest feedback? No, they will not give you the honest feedback. Why will they give you the honest feedback? Because he tried calling your HR and HR said, कुछ नहीं कर सकते अभी इसका तो मैं एक हफ्ते में बताता हूँ इतने में बंदा चला गया. The retention also has a lot of legwork in terms of calling people. Who does this today? The conversational AI agents. Guess what? These guys, the area sales managers and the sales people are talking for more than 25-30 minutes. वो सब बता रहा है. मेरे घर में ये प्रॉब्लम है, बहुत स्ट्रेस है, हर्निया का ऑपरेशन हो गया है, पैसा नहीं है, बहुत स्ट्रेसफुल है. आई एम नॉट सेइंग ऑल ऑफ दिस इज रेलेवेंट, बट यू डिड नॉट नो अबाउट दैट पर्सन and you could not do anything about it. But now, at a branch level, the central HR team now knows what is the sentiment, what is the attrition risk, what are the issues at a branch level. Sales target ka issue hai, manager harassment ka issue hai, manager pressure ka issue hai. What is the issue? You get to know now. You run this thing today and 24 hours later, and 24 hours because she might be checking her email 24 hours later, she gets to know राजस्थान की कौन सी ब्रांच में प्रॉब्लम है, हरियाणा की कौन से सेक्टर में प्रॉब्लम है, कौन से प्लांट के अंदर इशू हो रहा है. She knows all of that and now she proactively does it. So the focus on human agency should be how to interpret this and not take 60 days to call people and get an analysis going. So you define the intent and judgment, human agency, and AI does, and this is again, I cannot get tired of repeating this. This is not the future. If you are not thinking about it, you are 6 months late. Even if you're thinking about it, you're 6 months. If you're not thinking about it, you've lost the game. It's very hard to catch up. How do you catch up to this, right? So every single day you're not thinking about this, you are losing. Somebody else out there is winning. You know who else is winning? That grad inside an HR MBA college who is now learning how to write a prompt. She knows how to write a prompt. She knows how to trigger an agent. She's happy doing an internship inside some staffing or recruitment firm saying that I don't want a full-time offer. You know why? नौकरी तो सबके पास है, अपना भी सबके पास है, शाइन भी सबके पास है. वो होना is not your differentiation. Can you call those 100 people, 200 people, 300 people and give the answer? Yes, this girl can do. Some girl in Tamil Nadu can do this now because she knows how to write a prompt. It has 4 components. I'm going to show you: objective, context, instruction, and iteration. As I said, this is not the future, is the present. These are all the tools. What is it that it can do for HR? A lot of information. We'll share it across with you guys. But each of these tools, what are the various aspects of human resources you can use it for? Most of these, for a very large part of usage, is free. So a lot of these tools are there, which damn easy to use. You just have to start using it.
Any closing remarks?
No, thank you. And as Sir said, there's nothing to be afraid of. I mean, it's a secular trend. I don't think anybody should fight it. Please do not read the newspapers when something is bashing AI and stocks are going to go down and AI bubble will burst. The boom and the bust will keep happening. I consider myself extremely lucky that I'm on the right side of disruption, right? I'm on the wrong side of disruption. My parents, they saw an internet revolution, mobile revolution. They did not participate in it, right? They were still selling chana dal and besan. But you have the opportunity. How many people in our career will get an opportunity to be on the right side of disruption? Very few people. If you're on the right side of disruption, just carry you. You can do whatever. Just you start using these tools. You will find yourself 10 times smarter than the guy next to you. The wave will just carry you, right? So it's nothing to be scared about. Very excited about being on the right side of disruption, right? So, yeah.
That's a beginning point. Very good concluding remarks. So,
Thank you, guys. Thank you.